It is a beautiful day outside, so I'm gonna go out and meet up with my girlfriend right now. We're gonna go for a quick walk just because she does have finals to study for. So she doesn't have that much time to like spare, but we're gonna do like a quick walk to the bank because she needs to go. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're at the bank now. She's in the meeting room right now. I'm gonna make this quick because last time I filmed it here, they got angry at me and I don't want them to yell at me again. So that's all we're doing right now. And then I think we're gonna get something to eat after. I hope so, but that's it. All right, so I'm currently going to my girlfriend's place right now because I just dropped her off at the data science building because she needs to study for her finals. However, I left my board inside her dorm, and only when they get in there, just have a key card, and she doesn't have a key card, so to borrow her roommate's key card to swipe in. So gotta go over there and then go back over there. Lots of back and forth going on. Okay, so I got the board and now I'm gonna head over back to the data science building to drop it off, the key card. And then I don't know where the day is gonna go from here, but I'm gonna see if Jay can hang out and if he doesn't have too many finals to study for, because it's really nice out and I don't want to waste his weather, so let's see if he's free. So I am back after hanging out with my girlfriend, and I also took a nap and ate dinner. So a lot of time has passed by now, and these days have been really slow recently just because there's not a whole lot going on due to the finals. I've said this many times before, but since it's finals, I can't really do a whole lot, and there's not a whole lot to do really on campus either just because everyone's really busy studying. So I'm kind of just left figuring out what to do. I'm obviously studying for the one final I have, but I'm not too worried about that just because it's a cinema class final. It's not gonna be that hard. It's wrong for me to say that I have nothing to do just because there's a lot I can actually be working on, like future video essays, future vlogs, future just, you know, internships, all that. And I should be doing that, but I'm just at this point right now where I'm just so tired and burnt out. It's so hard to do those things when I don't have the motivation or drive to do it anymore, just because I've been doing that for just repetitive days on end, just every single day, and I'm just reaching this point where it's hard to do just because it's so mundane and it's so just uninteresting to me, except for like writing future videos and like, you know, vlogs, whatever. I still find that very fun. It's just more, you know, schoolwork I'm burnt out from. I'll never be burnt out from like doing YouTube stuff. I love doing it, but yeah, it's kind of hard to do like schoolwork, whatever, right now. And I'm trying to fight that urge right now just to like quit and not do anything, just lie on my bed sideways, which I have been doing a lot today, which is fine because I do need a small break before I, you know, actually start studying a lot, but that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna talk about a topic today that I don't really talk about too much anymore on the vlog. I don't know why I stopped. I just think I ran into like things to say about it, but this came into my mind just because I watched one of Casey Neistat's vlogs and he mentioned this in a pretty old vlog, and I'm gonna explain it right now. Basically, it's about how relationships work. So when you're in a relationship, it's basically like this. There's you, there's your girlfriend or boyfriend, and this is your relationship. You're joined together by a relationship, and sometimes in relationships, that circle becomes like this. A lot of times you'll see this. There's you, there's a relationship, and there's your girlfriend or boyfriend. Sometimes this person, it could be the other way around too, obviously. You will become so consumed by this relationship, it'll become your entire personality. And I see that happening a lot with a lot of people, just because when they get into a relationship, they just become so invested in it, which there's nothing wrong with it, but when you become too invested in a relationship, it just becomes unhealthy and toxic, that you lose your whole sense of self for the, you know, the whole meaning of this relationship, or just because you are so infatuated with the idea of being in a relationship that you toss away everything going on about yourself, and your only sole purpose is to serve your girlfriend or boyfriend. And obviously that works the other way around too, and sometimes both people can have that same problem. But I feel like you'll see that problem a lot with like people who haven't dated before and are new to the whole dating game, quote unquote, just because they don't understand the boundaries of personal space and also their own personality being totally consumed by this relationship. They're not used to that. Because when you're in a relationship, you're basically joining in with someone else's life because you're sharing a lot of your life with this person. You're opening your heart to this other person, and that takes a lot of time and patience and a lot of work. And sometimes you'll consume way too much time and way too much energy and whatever you resources you're consuming to it, where there's nothing left of yourself. Like, for example, I know you have probably seen these type of people like on the internet or Instagram, wherever, but all they post on their story is just their significant other, or if they're hanging out with a significant other, whatever it is, it just always has to do with having their significant other, and that's all they post on their Instagram. Like, their entire feed is that, their entire story is that. You know who you are. I'm looking at you. You know exactly who you are. But if you are that person, that's not okay. You need to have your own personality, your own self, because who were you before you dated them? Like, what were you? Obviously, you were someone before that relationship, and you're supposed to keep that sense of self when you go into a relationship, but it's more of just you're joining your personality with their personality and making this relationship a new personality per se. It's a whole new thing, but you're still keeping your own, personality and whatever. And it doesn't have to do with just personality. It can also do with your own hobbies, your own life mission, your own future, whatever you want to do in life. You have to keep that for yourself still when you join this relationship. It shouldn't be you're changing everything for this other person. That's not how it should be, because that's when it turns toxic, and that's when you throw away your own personal dreams just for this other person. Now the thing is, a lot of the people that do this type of thing are people who like to people please just because they want to make their partner happy, which there's nothing wrong with making your partner happy. You should be doing everything you can to make your partner happy, but if making your partner happy means you have to change your entire self and you have to change your entire life goals and everything about you just to maintain this relationship bubble, then maybe you shouldn't be in that relationship in the first place. It's not meant for you. You're not meant to be there, because a relationship should be your two personalities work together because the other person likes you for yourself, not because you're changing yourself to have this relationship with them. And the thing is, I am so guilty of doing this. I am not like any significant type of person that has never done this. I've done this so many times in past relationships, and it's such a toxic thing. Like, I will throw away like parts of my personality and replace it with other parts just so, it'll make them happy and it'll maybe make them laugh or whatever. I've done that so many times, and that's not okay. And when I did that, it would usually end up being for the worst. I would usually end up with people that I'm not supposed to end up with. I'm usually ending up hurting myself, which is something that's so bad, and I'm working on fixing. It's a lot better now though. I have my own personality and I have my own future still set, and like right now I'm still myself. But if you ever do catch me only posting on my Instagram like pictures of my significant other, comment or like just DM me saying stop that. That's cringe. So just remind me to not ever do that, please, because I did that before and I would never do that again. So please just make sure I don't only post my significant other, and make sure I'm posting like other cool stuff. But yeah, just make sure I don't do that. The thing is, I feel like that's a big problem today in modern day relationships, is just people feeling the need to change themselves in order to be with a partner, or they need to do these different type of things just so they can maybe even potentially find someone. And I think that's a toxic way of looking at it, because you need to keep your sense of self to find someone that you're meant to be with. I think that's how it's supposed to work, instead of just forcing things that are meant to happen. It's like forcing two puzzle pieces that aren't meant to connect with each other. It just doesn't work. And if it does work, it just ends up looking really ugly and it ends up ruining the pieces, because you're forcing two things that are not supposed to be together. And I think we say that a lot today in just these modern day relationships, just because people are so infatuated with the idea of just having someone in their life like that. Because a lot of media these days just glamorizes the idea of having a relationship or being in one. And YouTube too, or like social media, you'll just see basically everyone you know in a relationship. or at least it'll feel that way, just because once you see one post, it leads to another and another, and it just feels like you're the only one not in a relationship. So yeah, if you're someone that's in a relationship and you feel like you're losing your sense of self, then make sure to keep that in check. Make sure to do the things you love, because you have to remember that you were a person before this relationship, and you'll still be someone after this relationship too. So you have to figure out who that person is, and that person that you're supposed to be is not the product of your relationship. That's all I really wanted to say about, relationships these days. And yeah, so now I have to go back to studying for my final and planning for future videos, so that should be fun. Also, final Q&A for season 2 coming out tomorrow probably, so please be patient with me. I know I haven't, posted a Q&A for a while, so thank you for waiting. And if you have any questions, comment down below that you want me to answer. That will be the final questions until season 3. So I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.